You could follow every rule, you could do everything right, and still find yourself injured by someone who never should have been on the road in the first place. Hi, I'm Brandon Osterbind, and I'm a personal injury lawyer here in Virginia. And today I want to explain what happens when the person who hits you has no insurance at all. Most people don't realize this, but in Virginia, auto insurance is mandatory. It used to be that you could pay a fee of $500 at the DMV and drive around without auto insurance. That has changed. All drivers are now required to be insured in Virginia. Take a minute and look at the code section with me, and I'll prove it to you. It's code section 46.2707. That code section says any person who owns an uninsured motor vehicle licensed in the Commonwealth, subject to registration in the Commonwealth, or displaying temporary license plates, who operates or permits the operation of that motor vehicle is guilty of a Class 3 misdemeanor. Even if you don't own the car, the very next sentence says any person who is the operator of such an uninsured motor vehicle and not the titled owner, and who knows that such motor vehicle is uninsured, is guilty of a Class 3 misdemeanor. Even with this new requirement, uninsured drivers are far more common than you would think. And when it happens, the entire case flips. Instead of pursuing the at-fault driver's insurance, you may be forced to pursue your own. And that's exactly what happened in a case that we handled recently. Our client was driving through Campbell County when a drunk driver with a suspended license blew through a red light, made an illegal turn, and slammed into two cars. His blood alcohol content was 0.37. That's more than 4 times the legal limit. He fled the scene, drove home, and walked inside like nothing ever happened. But a witness followed him, called 911, and police arrested him moments later. Our client suffered serious injuries to her back, her left side, and had deep cuts from shattered glass. Her wrist was damaged so badly that she needed surgery, physical therapy, and months of recovery. After we gathered all the evidence, we discovered something else, something that changes everything in a personal injury case. The driver who hit her was uninsured. Not underinsured, not minimally insured, completely uninsured. And he had no assets, nothing we could collect against. No house, no savings, nothing reachable by judgment. So what do you do in that situation? What happens when the person who injures you can't pay for the harm that they caused? Virginia law actually answers that too. Under Virginia Code Section 38.22206, every auto policy in the state of Virginia must include uninsured and underinsured motorist coverage, UM and UIM, with limits that match your own liability limit unless you reject that in writing. That means whatever coverage you buy to protect others also protects you if an uninsured or underinsured driver hurts you. In our client's case, she had $100,000 in uninsured motorist coverage. Her medical bills alone were over $40,000. Her case was worth well over $200,000 based on her injuries, the treatment, and long-term impact. But without insurance on the other side, her UIM policy became the only source of recovery. We prepared the case as if we were going to take it to trial. We documented every impact on her life and every dollar of loss. And after negotiations, her own insurance company offered $94,000, just below her policy limit. She chose to accept that offer because the alternative was spending thousands of dollars and months of her life fighting a trial that could only result in the exact same cap, the $100,000 she was insured for. This is what we call a policy limits case. The value of her case was significantly higher than the insurance available to pay for it. And it's one of the biggest reasons I tell people to check their auto insurance limits. Because here's the part most people never think about. If you have the bare minimum of $50,000 in coverage, that's all you have. Not just for someone you might injure, but for yourself if someone with no insurance injures you. Buying higher limits isn't just protecting strangers, it's protecting your family and your future. So what should you do if the driver who hit you has no insurance? Let me break it down clearly. First, get medical care. Your health comes first. Go to the ER, urgent care, or go to your doctor to get evaluated. Insurance companies will look for every gap in treatment and twist it into an argument that you weren't really hurt. Getting help immediately protects both your case and your health. Second, Notify your insurance company. Tell them that you were hit by an uninsured driver, but keep this part simple. You don't need to explain fault. You don't need to guess what happened. Just give basic facts. Your UIM coverage may be triggered, but reporting it properly matters. Third, talk to a lawyer before giving a recorded statement. This is the part most people get wrong. When your own insurance company becomes the one responsible for paying you, they shift into defense mode. They will look for ways to minimize your claim, just like any other insurer. A recorded statement, even a harmless comment, can be used against you later. A lawyer ensures that the claim is presented the right way with the right evidence at the right time. Because when your insurance company becomes the one responsible for paying for you, the dynamic completely changes. They're still your insurance company, but now they're also defending the driver who hurt you. They are adverse to you in that moment. All of a sudden, State Farm is not like a good neighbor. Nationwide is not on your side, and the decisions you make early on can determine what you ultimately recover. If you've been hit by an uninsured or underinsured driver and you've been injured, give us a call. This is what we do. Before you go, make sure you watch the next video in this series, Why Most Personal Injury Lawyers Stink. It explains the mistakes most lawyers make, how those mistakes can cost you real money, and what you should look for when choosing the right lawyer for your case.